Okay, first of all, these are my measurements for my suit. This is the shoulder. My shoulder is 17.5. This is my chest. My chest is 36 inches. My waist is 34 inches. Mind you, this waist is not your normal trouser waist. I'll show you guys how to take measurement for the waist. Then this is my hip. My hip is 37. And this is my arm bicep, 14 inches. This is my sleeve, 24 inches. My back waistline, 16 inches. Then my wrist to elbow, 11 inches. This. So now, after taking 1.5 inch down here, 1.5 inch down here, I'll take half inch from this top line. That is from here. I'll measure half inch from this top here down. Measure half inch from here down to the middle of this paper, or to the middle of whatever you're drafting on. Then I'll take half inch from this my down line upwards. Take half inch upwards. The reason why I took half inch from here, is because the the back of the suit is going to be half inch longer than the front suit, so that we lap and relax well. Suits, they are not equal. Like, unlike native wear or our normal English wear, we take like 1.5 inch to slant the shoulder, or to fold the shoulder, or just like that. So here is it. This is the half inch I took down from this top line. See it down to the middle of the drafting paper. And this is the half inch I took from the back, this down line, down to the middle also. So this is where our front panel will be starting from, and this is where our back panel will be starting from. So the back is longer than the front, with just this half inch. The front is starting from here down, the back is starting from here down. So now we've gotten our bicep and our waistline, then this is our length. So now we'll start our drafting. So usually we do start from the back, piece. We start from getting the neck of the back piece. Then after getting your neck of the back piece, you add 1.5 to the neck to get the neckline of the front piece. So I'm going to show you that right now. So my back neck is 3 inches. I'm going to use 3 inches for my back neck width. As the width of my back neck is 3 inches. So that 3 inches plus. So now this is my back neck. Can you see? So from this place now, I'm going to add these 3 inches. I'm going to add 1.5 to these 3 inches to give me the front neckline. Now we've gotten this back neckline, so we have to get the front neckline also. So now 3 inches plus 1.5 is going to give us 4.5 inch. That is 3 plus 1, 4, then plus 5 half inch. So I'm going to take 4.5 inch. So that's 4.5 inch. I'll take a measurement from here down to here, 4.5. From here down to here, 4.5. Here down to here, 4.5. I'm going to take it as a length, then I'll roll it straight. So now this is my, you see it? This is what I did. I took 2.5 from this line. Took 2.5, so this is my 2.5. So see it? Took 2.5 from this my second line. Took it down here. Then I connected it from there to my main line itself, from the second line also, because this is where our front piece is starting from, like I said. So I connected it now to this line, as you can see. So the next thing now is the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my actual shoulder from this place close to this my bicep line. As you can see the lines, I'm going to take my actual shoulder from this line close to here. Then I'm going to subtract half inch from my shoulder down. Then I'm going to add half inch also. So I'm going to do that in a bit. So now these are the points. The middle one now is my main shoulder, which my main shoulder is 8 3/4, as you can see. Then I subtracted half inch from this my middle point. So this is it. This is half inch, which is 8 1/4. Then I added half inch again from this my main shoulder. down, which is a 9 1/4 also. So now after doing this, I'm going to mark 1 inch, as you can see. Then I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to draw a straight line to connect the three of them. And from this point now, I'm going to connect this line, this last one, to my shoulder line. So I'm going to connect this last one to my shoulder line. So this is it. I connected this one now down to my main shoulder line. But I'm going to do something now. I'm going to curve this line. I'm going to curve this to make sure it's curved and not straight. So I'm going to curve it around to my this first point here. So now after getting this now, you remember this is my neckline and this is my shoulder line. I'm going to mark 2 inches. I'm going to take 2 inches now from this point. Take 2 inches, mark 2 inches here, and from here to here I'll mark 2 inches also. Then I'll connect the two lines together. So this is it. From this point I took a straight line. Then after that, you find the middle of this line now, then add 0.4 inch or half an inch. Let's say half an inch. Then you're going to curve it down to this place. You're going to curve here down to this place. Then from here you're going to curve it down to this place also. So now this is it. 34 divided by 6 plus half inch, it's going to give me 6.1. So now this 6.1 inches now, I'm going to impute it from this place now, from this 0.7 we took. I'm going to impute it now to 6.1 inch. So this is it, 6.1 inch. Then after doing that, I'm going to connect now this point now to this middle line. I'm going to connect this point to this middle line now. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be like this now, as you can see. So now, as you can see, this is the line. I've connected the line. So this is my 0.7. The reason why we did the 0.7 is because, human figure, it's not actually straight at the back. It's a little bit curved at the back, so that's why. So I'll be connecting this from this point now to like 2 inch or 1 inch after my bicep line. I'm going to roll it straight. Okay, now so after getting my side pocket, I'm going to draw a straight line to this my shoulder line. So after doing that, I'm going to mark 4 inch below my chest pocket. I'm going to mark 4 inch down. So this 4 inch now, this is where my dart will end. So when I'm tearing my front piece like this, the front pocket like this down to my dart, I'm going to stop like 1 inch here. The chain is going to stop like 1 inch. I'm going to sew this dart down. During the course of the sewing class, you see all that. So this for this, that's. So now the next thing we're going to do, my waist measurement is 34. My waist measurement is 34. So the first thing, on my waistline here now, I'm going to mark out 1 inch now from this place as my button allowance. I'm going to mark 1 inch as my button allowance. So this is 1 inch as my button allowance. So remember we divided the waist, this place, by 6. Then it gave me that 6 point half. It gave me 6.1. So I'm going to subtract now. I'm going to subtract that 6.1, starting from my button allowance. I'm going to subtract that 6.1 from my button allowance. I'm going to mark out my waist divided by 2. So my waist divided by 2 is 34 divided by 2. 34 divided by 2. That's my waist. It's going to. So now, after getting your um what you do is you mark out your one. This is your button allowance first of all. Then we divided this place. This is our waistline by 6. They gave me for my own waistline. It gave me 6.1. So now I'm going to start from that 6.1. See, I'm going to start from that 6.1 on that my button allowance. I'm going to divide my actual waist by 2. So it's giving me 17 inches. So it's going to be, I'm going to measure out that 17 inches on this my waistline. So this is it, 6.1. So this is my 17 inches. So I'm going to mark my 17 inches. So now from this my 17 inches, I'm going to add extra 2 inches. This extra 2 inches now is serving as my seaming allowance for my darts and the rest. So this is my 2 inches, my extra 2 inches. So now I'm going to connect this my extra 2 inches now to down straight to this middle point. Connect it down straight here. Then from that point, we divided our shoulder at the bottom part. Now this hemming part, we divided the shoulder by 2, then minus 1 inches, which is this. So now I'm going to connect this point now to this point, and from this point down to the middle here. So here it is. I've connected the 2 points together. So now from this point now, you mark 0.7 from this intersection here. This 2 intersection, you mark 0.7. So here's my 0.7 or 1 3/4. Here's my 1 3/4. Then you connect. So now this is my lapel now. This is my lapel. So when I'm cutting now, when I'm cutting my fabric, I'm cutting like this to this edge, cut down here, then from here cut to this place, I cut out my shoulder, then so and so forth. So I'll go through this starting again.